Quite surprising or alarming news this morning. Ireland is no longer a philanthropic nation. A recent report indicates that no further philanthropic funding will be released to non-profits, leaving an over 100 million
This is devastating news really for organisations like Spun Out. We rely hugely on philanthropy to help us to scale our services to meet the unmet need that's out there amongst young people. Spun Out's Ireland's youth information and support platform. We provide young people with information to navigate the challenges that they experience in life. We also support them through a 24/7 texting support helpline. We currently engage in about 50,000 support conversations with young people each year. Our mission and our goal is to be where young people are, and we've been evolving our information resources for TikTok. Prior to that it was Snapchat, prior to that it was Instagram. By the fact that philanthropy is no longer, it means we have to temper our ambition in terms of kind of the new ways that we want to support young people. That immediately has a knock-on effect to the number of young people we can support every day.
Bounce Back is a social enterprise that creates employment opportunities for members of the traveller community who find it extremely hard to get employment from mainstream employers. We're busting the myth that travellers don't want to work. Without the philanthropy, we won't be able to be as ambitious and move forward. We're currently recycling 40,000 mattresses and there's 600,000 mattresses being disposed of. So we are only really tackling a drop in the ocean. It means that it's going to have a negative impact on the traveller community around employment, but the environmental piece benefits all of society in Ireland.
Philanthropy is really important because it allows us to be more agile. It allows us to respond immediately as crises arise. If we weren't around, to date, we have worked with 21,000 women. We have won awards nationally and internationally. We've been innovators in digital inclusion. And now to hear that this is gone, we are not able to provide the same type of services. We are not able to grow. And unfortunately, the people that are going to suffer the most are children and women.
Government cannot provide all of the funding that's needed to address the key needs and issues in our society. Philanthropy has a key role to play in doing that, and with the absence of philanthropy, we know that projects and communities throughout Ireland are going to be significantly impacted in a negative way. I think the key thing is that it is going to take away an independent form of what we would call risk capital for any projects that are looking to either maybe start up, to try a new initiative, to try a new idea, and God knows we need loads of new initiatives to address the needs in our society. Where do they turn to for support? Because that is one of the key features of philanthropy, is that it is, as an independent source of risk capital, it can take those risks, it can make investment in things, and it can do that quickly. It can do it with agility, it can respond immediately, it can enable organisations to follow their vision of what it is that they actually want to achieve on the ground, the change they want to make, and the impact that they want to make on the communities they serve.
We're waking up to some very positive news this morning. Philanthropy in Ireland has risen by over 10%. A report released this morning has confirmed that Ireland has climbed to the top of the global rankings, which is sure to have a huge impact on social.
A 10% lift in philanthropic funding for Spun Out is just huge. It allows us to support 6,000 more young people every year with our helpline, which means that particularly in those hours late at night when young people have nobody else to talk to, we're there. There's a volunteer on the other end. What philanthropy does is they back bold ideas and projects where maybe other funders are reticent or slow to get involved in. And really, to be honest, they've helped us to start a journey usually in a new space that then ultimately has been followed by the state supports.
It's fantastic for the social enterprise, but especially for traveller women at the minute, because it will allow us to support the growth of our upcycling and reupholstery project. It allows us to take on a bigger premises in order to host that project. It has major both social and environmental impacts.
Well, first of all, yes, because of the increase in funding, we'll be able to provide additional resources for the women and children that we work with. We see and experience food poverty, period poverty, space poverty, With this additional money, we are able to better provide those services and not rely on volunteers as much as we do.
A 10% rise in philanthropy sends a signal to others who want to become part of the philanthropic community that this is something they can do, and this is just the start of a whole new development and growth of philanthropy in Ireland. All of us throughout society benefit from philanthropy, and that is critically important and vital for all of our projects throughout the country. So my call to action, if you are already a donor, is there more that you can do? Do you know others who are in the position to get involved in philanthropic giving? Speak about philanthropy to them, and let's find a way to get more involved in the community of philanthropy. And finally, to government, how can we create a more enabling environment to support the growth and development of philanthropy in Ireland for social good?